All right. So now ignore all this extravaganza and give me a 1, 2, 3, 4. Just say hi.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. You know what? I need to change your level. Give me a second. And chat a little bit more.
La 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 la. La la la.
Perfect. Okay, good. And just tell me what you're going to do later today.
I will shop. I will shop. I will have a business meeting at 2 o'clock.
Okay. And what else?
One of the brokers.
Uh-huh.
Then I have a wonderful dinner plan.
Okay. Yes.
In a nice restaurant.
Okay. And then hold on, let me just change mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. We're all set.
It's really making me hot, this one.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No.
So ignore the camera now. What is your full name? How do you spell it? What is your proper title?
My name is Anna Chapman. You want me to spell it? C-H-A-P-M-A-N.
Right. I'm sorry, what was your first name?
Anna.
Anna, A-N-N-A.
Yeah.
Sometimes people have weird spellings, you never know. A-N-N-I-A-E. I don't know, you know. Anna.
No, Anna is simple. So.
And you, what is the name of your company?
The name of my company is PropertyFinder.
PropertyFinder. PropertyFinder.
Yes.
PropertyFinder.com. And so what would be the proper way if we were going to...
actually, it's not PropertyFinder.com. We are trying to do nycrentals.com.
Okay.
So the PropertyFinder is just a corporate name.
All right. But what would be your title?
Well, I'm the founder of the company.
Is that how you like just when we put the graphic up, I just want to know how you like to be referred to.
The founder would do, because in Europe you call it CEO, but in America you call it president, whatever. So founder is just right.
All right. So first of all, I'd like you to tell me what your company is and approximately what you do and what's the vision. What are you up to right now?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a very new startup. We started working on this last month, and I was trying to figure out business model and trying to find my co-founders in New York before then. It's something that we're going to work on for the next half a year probably, and probably try to raise money for it. And this is also part of my holding company, which is based in Europe. And that's the company I have been involved for the last 3 years.
And what is the vision of this company? What is it about this idea that made you say, I want to dedicate my resources to this?
Well, it was kind of very personal. When I first had an idea to do this, I was trying to buy an apartment for myself, and when I was living in London. And it took me a lot of time to save money to buy it. And when I started looking for it, I couldn't find any resource that would be, very easy to use and that would have all information in it. So it was very, personal how all this started, because I wanted to bring value to all those people that, want to get a new place to live in. So I launched this business purely because I wanted to help someone.
They say that some of the best ideas are by personal struggle, and you realize there's a need.
Absolutely. I think, if I never had to do this, that would never come up to me. And then I was also an investment banker at that time, and I knew what business model would work best for this and what technology means it would require. So, it just naturally all followed out in my head. So
now, there's a lot of property finders out there. So the question is, what sets this idea apart?
Well, when I was living in London, I thought the best way to do this is to make it in a market where it's not such sophisticated in technology. So I went back to my own country, where I'm from to Russia, to launch such business. And the technology idea behind this was to create a source which will crawl information from all available open sources in internet in Russia, and basically unite all the information in the same space, so the users don't have to go to 10 different websites to look for the same information. And that way it's easy to compare all properties between themselves. And the business idea for the clients was to make it a performance-based advertisement, so that during the crisis they don't have to pay for advertisement that has no value. It's
a big jump from investment banker to entrepreneur. How you doing?
I think that is the best choice I've ever had to do in my life, and I never would go back, and that's something I never regret to do. And actually, to be completely frank with you, I studied a lot to be an investment banker and to really understand something in finance. It was very competitive all the time, even though I did have a lot of success in doing so. But I think the most challenging part of my life really started when I quit all my jobs, really cut all my salaries, and really did something I wanted to do. And even though my company was much smaller than any investment bank you can imagine, it was far more challenging.
And exciting.
And exciting.
So in that vein, talk to me about, as an entrepreneur now, what is New York Entrepreneur Week?
It's a place where you have similar souls. You know, that's the place where during the difficult times and the crisis, everyone comes together and says, hey, what are we waiting for? Let's do it. You know, be scared, do it anyway. And not only that, you have a lot of people that have gone a long way to success. And you have many people that are thinking about doing this, going this way, this direction. So it's very important to bring these two parts together when someone can see that this can happen, and inspire them to go forward with their ideas. It's very important, to make them understand that all of this is possible and all dreams may come true if you act on it.
Sure. And what have you learned, mingling with these other entrepreneurs?
Well, I've learned that it's a difficult situation for everyone. Entrepreneurship is all about solving problems. It's not just going forward for your dreams. It's not just being successful all of a sudden. It's solving problems. I mean, 90% of the time, you've got a problem that you need to solve. And there are different problems for all entrepreneurs, and knowledge is one of the main problems that they've got. And, connections is probably something that is going to help that come over.
The other thing that you get when talking to entrepreneurs is kind of a little inspired, seeing some people that are jazzed about what they're doing and ideas. Well, has there been anything that inspired you?
Well, inspiration is probably the main feeling I had after that week. I mean, every single day people ask me how I felt, but inspiration was the only thing that was in my head. Like, I usually have a lot to say about many things, but then I was so thrilled, I was so excited that inspiration was the only thing I could think of. And I knew in the long term it would mean a lot to me, because it's just some kind of information that stays in your head for a while and makes you driven for a while as well.
And the speakers and the attendees, do they have a lot to say? What was the qualities from the people that were there? I
was really amazed with that. Actually, I've been at a lot of conferences in my life. I mean, I've flown, I'm quite well traveled. And I haven't ever seen such sincere event where everyone that comes to this place is very emotional about what they do. Like, it's not just what they do job-wise, it's not their hobbies, it's their lifestyle. And the way the successful people are so down to earth. I mean, I've noticed this about New York in general, but at that event that really struck my attention, that everyone was really, really helpful and trying to help. And not only that they were helpful to people, but they were really actually very useful in what they had to say. I mean, the experience they've brought on the table and explained was really important to hear.
Some of these conferences can be fairly, let's be honest, dry. Did you have fun?
I did have a lot of fun. I actually didn't come to the first day to start with, because I had too much to do on Monday, and I wasn't sure whether that was the right event. But then when I came there and I sat for the first hour, I was like, oh my God, I really regret I didn't, do the 100% of it. And, that's something I really, really loved doing that week. I mean, there was no question of me coming next day. It was out of question. So.
And so, since then, has your life changed? Has your business changed? Has your entrepreneurship changed as based on that week? How did the week change you?
That's a very good question, because for me that actually did mean a lot, because I was someone who just arrived to New York, basically just arrived. I didn't know anyone. Like maybe in Europe, I know most of the people that were involved in angel investment, other entrepreneurs, like, you know, so many people in the industry that help you go over some issues. But here I knew no one. And this event was something to start with, and that really made a difference to me. So now I know a lot of people that introduced me to someone else, and those introduced me to someone else. So now I know where to go if I have something to solve.
So since New York Entrepreneur Week, not only have you met people, but has that meant something to your business? Has things happened? Tell me where you are now after that.
Well, I have a lot of people that help me raise money right now, and that's something that you can't really go around. And I think in New York it's all about warm introductions, and that is solved. I mean, you have a place to start.
So in the end, would you recommend your contacts to New York Entrepreneur Week?
Absolutely. I did so already to most of my dearest friends. Even some people are flying over from other countries to experience this. I think New York is one of the main places in the world where entrepreneurship is so big. And I think the world it's really time to understand for everyone in the entire world that this is the place to do business, and that everything in here is made for people, by people that care. So
now finally, give us a little marketing push for your idea. Where can we find your idea? Where we'll be looking for it? How can we partake?
Well, in a couple of months we will be launching nycrentals.com, so that will be the site to go.
We'll be watching.
Thank you.
All right. Nice job. Easy enough.